So I used to think that Pilates was all I needed to stay fit, strong, and lean. I absolutely love the way it makes my body feel, how it strengthens my core, and how it's helped me stay consistent over the years. However, after the age of about 35, I started to notice a real shift. My body just wasn't responding in the way that it used to. I was really struggling to lose that weight that comes on naturally throughout the year after holidays. I felt more tired, inflamed, and I just was feeling a bit stuck. I was working out regularly, doing all the right things, or so I thought, but I just wasn't seeing the same results that I used to. It took me a while and a lot of trial and error, but I eventually figured out what was missing. So if you're in your late 30s, 40s, or beyond, and you feel like Pilates alone just isn't giving you what you need, this video could be exactly what you're looking for. For those of you who are new here, my name's Alex. I'm a certified mat Pilates instructor, and I've been practicing for over 20 years. I absolutely love Pilates. It's the foundation of my movement routine. But as mentioned, in my late 30s, when things changed, I had to adapt how I trained. Today, I want to share how my own workouts and even the workouts that I post on my channel reflect what actually works for me now in this phase of life. At the end of this video, I'll also tell you about a challenge that you can start right now to help you feel stronger, more energized, and balanced again. So, what happens in our bodies after the age of 35 or 40? Well, first of all, hormones. As women age, our estrogen levels decrease. Also, our testosterone levels. Testosterone helps with building muscle and regulating metabolism. These changes can make it harder to maintain muscle, burn fat, and recover quickly. Metabolism slows down, stress feels heavier, and we also start to notice more stubborn fat, especially around the midsection. And it's not just about how our bodies look, it's how they feel. Lower energy, mood shifts, disrupted sleep, inflammation. And here's the key. It's not that Pilates stops working, it's that we change, and our movement routines need to change with us in order to keep looking and feeling our best. So this is why I think Pilates on its own started to fall short for me. Although I've always loved the way Pilates has kept me connected to my body, helped me build deep core strength, and tone my muscles, as well as elevate my posture, all things that always have been and always will be important to me, Pilates on its own just wasn't enough anymore. It didn't challenge my body with enough resistance to build and maintain muscle. It didn't always elevate my heart rate enough to burn fat. And I wasn't always practicing it in a way to promote stress relief and balance my hormones. I started to realize that I needed to change my routine, not to abandon Pilates, but to expand it. So, here are the 4 biggest changes that I made, and I hope they inspire you too. And stay with me, the last one might surprise you. I used to totally ignore it, thinking that I had to work my butt off to get results, but it turned out to be one of the most important pieces. First, Pilates and strength training. I started adding more strength-based Pilates workouts into my week, using lighter and heavier weights and more resistance, slower, more controlled movements to really challenge my muscles. Not just for a change, but because I need to. As women in our 30s, 40s, 50s, and beyond, strength training becomes a non-negotiable. We naturally start to lose muscle mass, bone density, and our metabolism slows down, making it harder to stay strong and lean. Strength-based workouts help counter that, building muscle, improving joint stability, supporting our bones and good posture, and making everyday movements easier. It also helps with fat loss, energy, confidence, and long-term health. That's why you've seen so many strength-based workouts popping up on my channel. They reflect how I train now, with intention and with resistance. My goal with these workouts is to stay strong, stable, sculpted, and capable throughout life. Second, cardio and Pilates. I used to really dread doing cardio. I thought it was exhausting, high impact, really strenuous, and I just didn't have the motivation to do it. But more recently, I've made cardio a bigger priority because I knew I was missing out on a lot of the important health benefits. Improved heart health, cardiovascular health, improved endurance, fat burning. So now I focus on cardio Pilates workouts that are short, effective, and joint friendly. They get my heart rate up without wearing me down, and I've noticed a real difference in my energy levels, my mood, and my body composition. I also try to fit in a couple of 30-minute runs in the week, and I try to walk every day. I also really enjoy hiking, cycling sometimes my thing in the summer. Swimming's also great for your cardio health. I base my cardio decisions on how I'm feeling. Cardio doesn't have to be about punishing yourself. It can be about variety, enjoyment, and finding a rhythm that works for you. So take some time to figure out what you love and what doesn't burn you out. That's what'll help you stay consistent over time. Third, walking and being in nature. So for me at the moment, running is a bit hit or miss in terms of my motivation, but I absolutely love to walk, and I have been increasing the amount that I walk as I get older. I walk nearly every day. It is incredible for my mental and physical health. Ideally, I walk outside and with little distraction. Physically, it helps with joint health, circulation, and it helps you recover between workouts. Mentally, walking, especially in nature, helps me to reset. It's made a big difference with my cortisol levels and overall gives me a sense of well-being. When I'm walking, I work through my problems. I have a chance to be more mindful. It's simple, it's free, it's underrated, and it's one of the best things that I've added to my routine. Fourth, stretching and calming routines. And this is the part I mentioned that I used to completely dismiss, slowing down. I used to think that if I wasn't sweating and working hard, it didn't count. If I wasn't focusing on slimming and sculpting my body, if I didn't feel sore the next day, then what was the point? It wasn't until I started prioritizing rest, recovery, and nervous system support that I really started to notice the shift. Now I try to take the time to stretch, breathe, and unwind properly before bed each night, and actually give my body proper time to recover from workouts. I've started to add more stretching and anti-stress routines to my channel because I've noticed that for my own health, it's made all the difference. Reducing stress has improved the quality of my sleep, my mood, my relationships, and it's helped me lower my inflammation, rebalance my hormones, and support my metabolism in ways I didn't expect. I wish I'd integrated calming practices into my routine sooner, because slowing down doesn't necessarily mean losing progress. It creates conditions where progress can actually happen. What can you do now? If any of this resonates with you, here's what I would recommend. You don't have to overhaul your entire workout routine, you just have to start small. Add in 1 or 2 short strength or resistance-based workouts each week. Mix in some low-impact cardio 2 or 3 times a week minimum. Even 10 or 20 minutes can make a big difference. Walk more, especially outside if you can. Support your recovery and lower stress levels with stretches, breath work, a calming bedtime routine, whatever it is that makes you feel calm and present. Join my full body challenge here on YouTube. If you're looking for some guidance and motivation to incorporate all of these elements into your fitness routine, my Summer Sweat and Sculpt Challenge is a great place to start. It includes Pilates, strength training, cardio, as well as encouragements to get outside and exercise on a regular basis. So I'll link to the details to that in the description below. I'll always love Pilates. It's my foundation, but beyond 35, it couldn't be the only thing. Once I started supporting my body with strength, cardio, rest, recovery, and stress management, that's when everything started to click. I felt better in my skin, I had more energy, and I started seeing great results again. Let me know in the comments if any of this resonates with you and if you've made changes to your own routine. I'd love to hear what's working for you. And if you're ready for that reset, be sure to check out my challenge or join me for any of my guided Pilates, strength training, or cardio workouts here on YouTube. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon on the mat.